working for you in the spirit of Arkansas. This is Channel 7 News live at 5.
A Faulkner County Sheriff's Department undercover investigation results in the arrest of a Hot Springs man for internet stalking of a minor. Hello and thanks for watching Live at 5. I'm Scott Inman.
And I'm Beth Hunt. Aaron has the evening off. Authorities say Richard Schreck has been talking to an undercover officer in a chat room for the past month about having sex with her 2 kids. Channel 7's Alexis Rogers talked to investigators and also a prosecutor. She joins us now with what they say happened when Schreck went to meet the kids. Alexis.
Disturbing story, Alexis. Thank you.
Your Metro First Forecast with meteorologist Barry Brandt.
Well, clouds are continuing in just a few minutes, Beth.
Okay, thanks, Barry. Well, the United States paused today to remember the 13th anniversary of the September 11th terrorist attacks.
Richard Edward Bosco.
And my brother, hero, best friend, Sal Edward Thierry Jr. Your memory and my love for you will last forever.
The wail of bagpipes and a reading of the names of the 2,983 people who lost their lives on 9/11 could be heard through the World Trade Center site this morning. Families and relatives also gathered in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, where one of the 4 hijacked jets crashed. President Barack Obama observed the solemn anniversary of the attacks at the Pentagon.
They sought to break our spirit and to prove to the world that their power to destroy was greater than our power to persevere and to build. But you and America proved them wrong.
Tonight, twin beams of light resembling the Twin Towers will shoot up into the air in lower Manhattan to end a day of remembrance.
And back here at home, Little Rock Air Force Base service members also remembering those who lost their lives on 9/11. The Patriot Day ceremony recognized our nation's first responders and men and women in the armed forces for their resiliency and steadfast commitment to freedom. The ceremony was at the base's Deployment Processing Center that is also home to a September 11th memorial monument made from 2 pieces of World Trade Center steel. In other news tonight, Little Rock police searching for a bank robbery suspect. That suspect entered the Summit Bank at 1800 North Taylor shortly before 2 this afternoon. Witnesses tell police the suspect was dressed in a black shirt and wearing a wig and demanded money. Police believe this is the same person who tried to rob the one bank at 8000 Cantrell Road but was unable to get inside in that attempted robbery. If you have any information about this one, you're asked to call Little Rock Police.
A body found in Pine Bluff, and police are now investigating it as a homicide. A passing train crew reportedly spotted a man's body lying in a grassy lot on the north side of 4th Avenue this morning. Police identified the victim as 25-year-old Reggie Willis. Police say Willis did have blood on his face, but the cause of his injury has not been determined yet.
New tonight, the candidates in Arkansas's U.S. Senate race have finally agreed to a televised debate, and that debate will be broadcast right here on Channel 7. But as Alicia Dover tells us tonight, the debate has certainly been a long time coming. Alicia?
Yeah, that's right, Scott. There's been a lot of debate
Alicia,
about
we'll see you again at 6 o'clock, and we do want to remind you, too, in case you missed earlier announcements, that we will also be hosting a gubernatorial debate on October 7th. It will take place on the UALR campus, and you can watch it live right here on Channel 7 as well. The Arkansas Supreme Court setting a date to hear arguments against a proposal to legalize alcohol sales statewide. Citizens for Local Rights asked the court to remove that proposal from the November ballot, arguing the state used the wrong deadline to accept petitions. Oral arguments in the case are set for October 9th.
We're all aware that October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but did you know that this month the focus is on childhood cancer? Each year in the U.S., 15,000 children are diagnosed with the disease. Kids like 14-month-old Benjamin Butler, who is currently undergoing aggressive chemotherapy at Arkansas Children's Hospital.
This is really hard, you know. You have some good days, you have some bad days. But he just want to be a kid. He just want to be an active kid.
Now you'll hear more from Ben's parents and doctors at ACH about his treatments and prognosis and how you can help other kids battling cancer. That's tonight on Nightside.
Well, still to come on Live at 5, President Obama laid out his game plan last night to battle the terror group ISIS, but some in Congress are skeptical of that plan. You'll find out why coming up at 5:19.
But first, cooler temperatures making their way into the state right now, and Barry says you can go ahead and get used to it. His forecast on the other side of the break.
Well, the VA wants to hire tens of thousands of workers. The Veterans Affairs Department is launching a recruitment campaign to attract doctors, nurses, and other healthcare professionals. There are also plans to increase support staff and fill positions like chaplain, clerk, and even electrician. The exact number of vacancies not clear, but earlier this summer, the VA said it had about 36,000 empty healthcare positions. Of course, getting doctors to work at the VA may be a hard sell these days. The department's reputation, as you know, took a hit after the revelation of secret waiting lists and excessively long wait times.
President Barack Obama announced an aggressive game plan to defeat the terror group ISIS. In a primetime address, the president called ISIS a cancer that must be destroyed. His plan includes sending an additional 475 U.S. troops to Iraq to train and advise Iraqi security forces that are battling ISIS, training moderate Syrian rebels battling ISIS in Syria, and expanding U.S. airstrikes in Iraq. Some in Congress are skeptical of the president's plan.
An F-16 is not a strategy, and airstrikes alone will not accomplish what we're trying to accomplish.
More than 1,000 U.S. troops are already in Iraq. The president also reiterated his plan involves no U.S. combat troops.
Well, in Texas, some parents are outraged over a homework assignment given to sixth graders on the terrorist group ISIS. The kids were given a news article about the deadly terrorist group and told to write a one-page paper about what they read. At least two parents say learning about news as unsettling as ISIS is not age appropriate.
I think that this is a bit much for an 11-year-old. I think it should be more into the freshman high school. They're still learning about life. They're still going to playground.
There's a lot of different things you can write a narrative on, and beheadings in the Middle East and American foreign policy certainly shouldn't be one of them for sixth graders.
Well, only two parents made a formal complaint with the Alvin Independent School District. A spokesperson for that district, though, says there are no plans to reprimand the teachers. And we asked on our Facebook page today if you thought sixth grade was too early to learn about terrorism like the group ISIS, and there were mixed responses. Matt Brandy Hudgens posted, "I think these children should do this assignment. They should be taught about our world and these very real events taking place."
And Jessica Boyce Cornegay says, "I think kids need to know what's happening around them, but at the same time, I feel it should be at the parents' discretion of how the information is given." Great dialogue there from our Facebook friends. Next on Live at 5, McDonald's is trying to create a new meal segment to keep the customers coming. Find out how coming up. Plus, Starbucks may soon give baristas the right to bear ink. We'll explain after the break. Target's new CEO laid out his new vision for the discount retailer at its fall meeting. Brian Cornell emphasized the need for the company to prioritize the categories it built its legacy on, including style, apparel, home, and beauty. Target introduced groceries to lure in shoppers, but that apparently took the focus away from cheap, chic home goods and apparel. Last year's massive data breach also proved to be a public relations nightmare the company is still trying to move past. U.S. Airlines saw 75.6% of their flights arrive on time in July, an improvement from the previous month and from July of last year. Hawaiian, Delta, and Alaska Airlines were the best, all with more than 84% of flights arriving on time. JetBlue and Southwest were ranked last, with about 1 in 3 flights arriving late. Among the 29 busiest airports, you were most likely to arrive on time in Salt Lake City, but would most likely have much less luck getting in on time at New York's JFK. Starbucks reviewing its policy of no visible tattoos for its employees and going over its entire dress code. The coffee chain expects to announce a dress code update in the coming weeks. Starbucks has 300,000 employees worldwide, with 120,000 of them here in the U.S. The new dress code would begin here at home and then go global as appropriate by market. The tattoo ban has been the target of a recent online petition. Big Macs, fries, and brunch. McDonald's wants to trademark the word McBrunch. The burger chain filed an application with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office in July. The concept is not a new one. According to Burger Business, a fast food industry blog, McDonald's previously applied for the McBrunch trademark in 2001 but abandoned the application. A McDonald's spokeswoman says it's too soon to speculate about what McBrunch might entail. The company has been trying to revive sales as more innovative rivals gobble up market share.
Do you think they need to protect McBrunch?
I don't know.
You think somebody else is going to want it who isn't McDonald's?
I hope not. I just want to know what it includes.
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited about it. I'm a brunch fan.
Are you?
Yeah.
You would go, huh?
I would definitely go.
Right. The price of crude oil was up $1.16 a barrel, closing the day at $92.83.
The stock market was mixed today. The Dow was down 19 points, ending the day at 17,049. The NASDAQ was up 5 points. We'll be right back.
Tonight on Channel 7 News at 6, as you may know, the Pulaski County Jail remains closed. But meantime, those in traffic court continue to skip out on their court date, knowing they will most likely not go to jail. Traffic Judge Vic Fleming says he's seeing more and more appearance agreement cases. Just today, he had an extra 50 cases show up on the docket. Coming up at 6, Maureen Glisovic finding out if there are any short-term solutions for temporary relief. And here's Selly with a preview of sports.
Coming up at 6 o'clock, one of the Razorback defenders think about facing Tech's air raid offense. Also a very special story, one that transcends sports, on a young man that's overcome a lot to become quite a sports star. That's coming up at 6 o'clock.
Looking forward to it, Steve. Thanks very much. That's it for us today on Live at 5. Thank you for joining us.
We'll have more Arkansas news coming up in 30 minutes right after World News with David Muir. Yeah, not Diane Sawyer. He's the new guy. We'll see you back here at 6 o'clock. Have a great night.